Not another step. You. Not here, you don't. Trust me. I wouldn't let you in if you were King Arthur himself.
That's me. It's true. It's been a while. My current work is far more important than kind that could be a breakthrough for humanity's survival on. I think so too. You see that Dal Riata? I'm trying to isolate the essence of that superiority. The formula I'm developing could transform humanity. I'm glad you understand the potential behind my work. To create my formula, you can find them here in the Forlorn Swords. Excellent. Remember?
I think you lost your...
I sensed your approach. I, Gurfan of the Gunvaldir tribe. Ah, so you're still speaking with your own voice. Good. Tell me, how does it work will you ever come out and talk to me face to face? Either way, I've got a few things to say to it. Ah, so he won't be speaking. Well, then give my regards to the old man. The same can't be said of the Camelosians. I hope Arthur's squirming in your head. Normal ones. Honorable. He entrusted us with the Forlorn Swords and his crown. In return, Camelot was supposed to leave us alone, now and forever. Can you hear me, Arthur? The treaty is rubbish, except ourselves. Why? He's barely gotten his life back. There's a passage, sure. Go ahead, but let me warn you. Well, the giants are asleep, at least on the surface. But below, and if the giants weren't enough, there are still the monsters. If I were you, I wouldn't go in there, or without the blessing of the tribes. You'd know that if you remembered our agreements, Arthur. Yes, the funny thing about our king, as you may already know, he knew he could march in there, grab his crown whenever he wanted. He said he'd come back for his royal hat. only if the kingdom was in a dire situation. Traditionally, this was meant to be done during a moot, and I'm calling one. They won't. Our tribes aren't exactly known for getting along, but now they've left Gunvelder in its time of need. That's why you have to shame them even more. And if they say they won't come because, then you'll deal with a because, right? Well, I need the chieftains to come here, and I want to make damn sure that we fight Camelot not as a solitary tribe, but I'm worried that something might be keeping them from leaving their villages. Exactly. I'll be waiting. As a Gunvelder, I've got nowhere to go anyway. If you ask me, they got scared. We were glad, though the other tribes, not so much. And that's probably why they didn't lift a finger to help when us, the Dalrida, we have changed. Well, you see, the giants for us are a bit like gods. The Dalrita befriended the giants long before Arthur ever did. We honor them because we believe that when they awaken, they will repay our care with their protection. What can I tell you? We're gone. I'm still here, and so is One Eye. We were brave, proud, and deeply connected to nature. I won't tell you more than that. King Arthur! Your words, your actions, they carry the weight of him. The Gunvelder haven't forgotten, but don't mistake my recognition for trust. As of now, 4. The Volker were our berserkers, Mather's chosen warriors, unstoppable in battle. Now their rage is dulled, and they're slipping into despair. The Svein are hunters, and guardians of something ancient. Forest devilry, if you ask me. The Ofra are warriors. No word from their chieftain. No. Mages. Clever, but strange. They see the world differently. Useful in a fight, but each tribe carries a part of our legacy. An eye for an eye. Does that surprise you? I was the one who tried to convince One Eye not to throw people into guerrilla warfare, but for that, I'd need united tribes.
If stubbornness could get you through. Seal looks real enough. We don't take kind.
Hey you! Gefon sent you, didn't he? Just because we live up in the mountains doesn't mean we don't know what's happening in the wider world. Well, that works out perfectly. That's all I know. He didn't tell me much, but his name is Strana.
Oi, don't I know you from somewhere? Aye, that's it. Tell me, friend, how did you manage it? If you've got the guts to dislike the man who saved your life, you know, among the Dalriada. But now that I think about it, you don't have to like them. So tell me. Sounds about right. Why should I risk my neck for outsiders? Sure, they're nice enough when you're useful. Nay, thanks. So tell me, what's happening in the White? Who knows? I wasn't here when... If I had been, they wouldn't have pushed us back to the keep. I only know this. Thrigve forbade it. Not my chieftain, not my problem. Wasn't exactly lively when I left the village, but the Thoid called it a blessing. Told all the Dalriada they should rejoice. Maybe that's why no other tribe helped. You're joking? One Eye's rebellion actually worked? Ha! Now that's a twist I didn't see coming. Never cared for One Eye, but credit where it's due. Now all that's left is to rally the other tribes, get word to One Eye, and... Good. It's about time. Who doesn't have problems, eh? Back in Arthur's time, we stood as one.
No. You're not a Dalriata. I was thinking of knocking you flat in a fight, so Concha would see it and... But with you... No. Just look at him. Those massive fists, and the scars. Look how long and thick they are. What does that matter when he... Sure. Our chieftain, what's there to say? How else could it be? And the women don't fight. Handkerchiefs? Well... I wish, but I don't want to hurt him either. Then you might need your head checked. Off you...
I'd offer you my hand, stranger. Still, I'm glad to see a new face. My name is No Leg. You tell me. They say the stone sleep makes folk more. A tune. Seems you carry one of those in you. Well, I am a stone warden. We give ourselves to the ore. We become yet another monument to the forlorn swords. Oh no. It's a deeply personal thing. I've known stone wardens who felt the first signs of the stone sleep at dawn and by the next dusk, and I've known others where it took years. I don't count the days anymore. When the time draws near, and finally, when their body can no longer move or feed itself, their kin tend to them. That depends on who you ask. Me, I feel no pain. But not all see it the same way. And she's been arguing with Darvan for weeks now. One of the finest stone wards had a habit of diving headfirst into any hole he spotted underground. Fusca doesn't agree with our tradition, but the poor girl doesn't understand. Darvan is the leader of the stone wardens. And let's not... It was good. Who knows?
You're in the Hall of Remembrance. My name's Ast. Yes. Very likely. That and weird steel, yes. They were. Old Airg. And? Yes. Goodbye.
I wouldn't come any closer. Because I said so. Leave in peace. This is his way of telling me you're worth my time. and I want peace on Avalon. Bold and straightforward, but there's one problem. So, our ancient laws say you might, yes, if you achieve something great. But as I said, it's no old dead law. Well, if you've won Kavor's favor, to prove your worth to the Stone Warden, it used to be the first task for any prospective member of our Brotherhood. I can tell you where to start searching. There was once a rich vein. We abandoned it a century ago, but I can guarantee you'll find something.
Egil sent you, did he? That kind of order should go straight to Thrigvi until a new chieftain is chosen. Thrigvi always dreamed of surpassing mortal strength. He became obsessed. The Ulfar might not be known for their writing. Thrigvi found out the pillar was a place where... So he had a throne forged into the pillar. I wouldn't call it madness. He grew to a monstrous size. After that, human concerns no longer mattered to him. It might not mean much to an outsider. We tried. The moment we declared a new chieftain, then, like nothing had happened. After that, the Ulfar began worshipping him like a god. Don't be surprised if they're terrified of his power. I don't know for sure, but I have a theory it probably... Many tribes envied them for it, and Thrigvi has a special connection to the giants. Yes, definitely, but his shadow looms large. Ah, so you've met some of my brothers already. Since you know about the Stone Wardens, I'll tell you the truth. Yes, Darvan himself resides here. The Ulfar are a proud people. We're also renowned for our blacksmiths, but now we've lost our way. It's the greatest shame of our tribe. The only way to remove an Ulfar chieftain is through an honorable duel, but there's no honor in fighting something like him. Perhaps my mentor Darvan, and honestly, if I knew how to bring him down, I'd do it in a heartbeat. He's probably right about that too. Smart choice. I'll be here.
well met. Thrigva. And perhaps he is. You cannot defeat him as you are. No blade will bite. No armor will hold. Listen well. You'll need to forge a weapon. I'll help you forge it. What do I look like? A giant keeper? If Stroner sent you, then go back to his hut. Stroner keeps her close. The Ulford tribesfolk say she's mad. But mad or not, don't judge her by their words. Off.
Vigdis? Does that old man really believe her rambling? I won't say what I really think about this, because I'm protecting her from... I don't know you. For any Dalrita, losing one's mind is like a living death. If Darvan believes she hasn't gone mad, you'll find her...
He sent you, didn't he? Yes, I know their ways, but you're not here for stories, are you? The giants don't just hand out blessings, they respect oaths, strength, and sacrifice. Each giant demands something different. Start where the land still remembers their steps. You'll feel it when you're close. We built shrines near the giants themselves. If you falter, they will know. For the Gonvaldor giant, the summoner respects not just strength. For the Thoid mother, simple, fragile things. And for the giant below, the giants demand truth. Because I speak truths they'd rather forget. The giants haven't abandoned us.
The giants see Thrugva for what he is. For years they've waited. If you prove yourself, they will help you. Go with purpose.
never make sense. Had I refused to wage war against the Four-Dwellers, so if Gurfhanna declares war on Camelot, but don't ask me what I think of it. When I gave the forlorn swords to the tribes of the Dalrita, a few abandoned giant caves, what stands now, and I must admit,
Greetings, walker in the weirdness. Skuld sees the weirdness flowing through you. A swirl of colors surrounds your soul. The Thoid tribe longs to dream Mother's dream. Mother told Senja, Skuld's sister, you will fall into the sleep. Everyone aids Senja in her dreaming, except Chieftain Ingvi and your humble servant, Skuld. Because of this, Mother's grace flows upon us all. Yes, walker in the weirdness, may Mother's light. Mother is everywhere. We long to surrender to her. Skuld is not worthy to reveal Mother's secrets. If Chieftain Ingvi decides to tell the walker more,
You are here. I am Ingvi, for the Thoid. It is what you bring to the tribe that matters. I am my tribe's servant. I've heard the voice. The members of the Thoid tribe are preparing to fall into sleep. Mother promises that the strength of the Thoids united dreaming by embracing the dream. The Thoids have long believed the world is heading towards self-destruction. If there is a way to prevent that, you are the walker in the weirdness. We have tried everything. We needed Mother to show us the way. We are not sure. We became certain the moment you set foot in our lands. She said that when the walker in the weirdness arrives, through our dream, once they fall into sleep, I'll decide whether or not to join them. That is my honest answer. Words shape reality. The Gunvalder tribe did the same. We believe King Arthur entrusted us with his crown for a reason. There's always been a special bond. Perhaps, but how could we find out now? That's not widely known. We believe Arthur bound his essence to the crown. However, that's why we believe Arthur must have uncovered the secrets of the weirdness. How do you think you can help us? If that's the case, but don't you dare harm her. If you do, I won't make any decisions about the dreaming.
It gladdens school to see you here. Behold the dreaming, walker in the weirdness. When your arrival ended the vigil, Sonder is the moment when we shall become one with Mother's dream. Sonder is all. Ingvi believes you may unravel the burdens. Without freeing them from these burdens, they can. Ingvi's burden is to guard the village of Thoid. She awaits the right sign. Life, unfulfilled duties. Once, we of Thoid would end our vigil and return to wakefulness. But your arrival ended the vigil.
Walker in the weirdness. I need to speak with Ingvi. She must hear this before it's too late. That's exactly the problem. Please. The Giant Mother. The one we believe to be Mather. To surrender ourselves to her care. Our Mother Goddess was a warrior. And what is this dream, if not turning our backs on our kin? Sonder is an escape. If we flee into Sonder instead of standing and fighting, we are no longer Dalriada. We are on the verge of losing everything. I don't know if it'll be enough. Tell Ingvi that Rune reminds her of the duty of every Dalriada. The Giant Mother is not Mather. I know my plea must sound desperate. If you grant my request, I'll enter Sonder. But if that is the only way to save the tribe,
You! Don't just stand there. I know that filthy swine is hiding some... A filthy beast. Oh, how I wish I had cut them off when I had the chance. And now he's entered the vigil, and if he did... Senya! I chased Violkin from her bedside. I need to find him. Because I saw him. He cannot be allowed into Sonder. His very presence would be like poison. Good. Bring me his head.
You are the walker and I need help. My mate Sidara, my friend Bodil and I, we sought knowledge. Bodil, our companion, did not return. Find Bodil and Sidara. Then, at last, Bodil's earthly vessel. As for Sidara, please, bring back my loved ones.
Ho ho ho. He's my friend. Well, not really him, actually. Before I entered the Mother's Dream, and, of course, I forgot. His cage. Sometimes I mix it up and forget where I even am. If Munvar stays in that cage, he'll starve to death. I left him food, but not... You don't have to rub it in. You will? Here, this is the key to his cage. It works like... And... Please...
Behold, Walker. This is one of Mother's earthly faces. She watches over us now in the dreaming, as she once did in the waking world. I believe Mather watches your path with great intent, as do I.
Have you found it? Oh, thank Mother. Thank you. Wait. Walker in the weirdness. You? That means the vigil will soon end, and I do. I swore to watch over her in her sleep. She's so still when she dreams. Have a good sleep. Thank you, Walker in the weirdness.